So what is happening right now is we are walking the farm boundary with John Adamnor. And so ACM is part of a consortium of companies that we're developing full-service EUDR solutions. And of course, one of the essential components of demonstrating compliance with EUDR is the polygon maps of each farm has to be mapped. That happens by someone literally walking the farm boundary like we're doing right now with some kind of handheld device that will map it using GPS technologies. The output of that is a line that you impose on a satellite layer, and you can see the farm drawn as just this squiggly line. At ACM, our top priority is to do this work as best we can with the farmer's perspective taken into account. So we're here to walk the boundary ourselves. We're not creating a polygon, we're not measuring. We are literally walking with John Adamnor to understand how he sees the boundary. We need to populate in our minds those polygons on the map with real stuff, with a real farm, with real indicators, with real symbols, real plants, real everything that we see around us, so that when we look at those polygons on our computers, we have this in our minds, and we can take into account the things that John takes into account when he is considering the boundary of his land.
Seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is a lot of work. You know, we first have to get here, and then we have to, I think, have the relationship with a farmer who trusts us enough to invite us in to his land and understand, you know, together the importance of this activity, and that doesn't happen right away. So we're building on relationships that we've had for a long time to do this work. And then of course the work itself is the work. It's walking around on a cocoa farm and stopping a lot to understand what it is that we're seeing, and to hear from John himself directly his explanations of how he manages his land and what is important to him about boundaries, his relationships with the neighboring farms, and, you know, his relationships with his land as he develops it over time.
Thank you so much for this education.